Hey guys, it is Julie here with JT Wealth. In today's video, we are discussing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and everything going on with it lately. So I've brought in my in-house Bitcoin expert, the T behind JT Wealth, Travis.
Hey guys, great to be here. So let's get into it.
That's my line. All right, guys, welcome back and thank you so much for being here. Like I said, today we're talking about Bitcoin and we have a lot to cover, which is why I brought in Travis, who follows it much closer than I do.
Okay, yeah, so like she said, we're going to cover a lot today. We're going to get into the Coinbase IPO, some Bitcoin mining stocks that are working their way up through the OTC markets, as well as a lot of Bitcoin price predictions and large names and corporations that are really buying into the Bitcoin hype.
All right, and just before we get into all of that information, this is your friendly reminder that if you enjoy today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember, be nice to Travis, he is new. And don't forget to check out some of the links in our description. Right now, Webull is giving away 2 free stocks for signing up and funding a new investment account, so make sure you check them out.
All right, so first we're going to start off with Coinbase going public.
That's right, Coinbase is going public, so here is everything you need to know.
Coinbase is the largest crypto exchange in the US. Out of San Francisco, they opened their doors in 2012, and they now have over 43 million users worldwide.
With Coinbase, you can create your own cryptocurrency portfolio and buy and sell popular digital currencies and keep track of them all in one place. You can also set up recurring buys to invest in cryptocurrencies slowly over time by scheduling buys daily, weekly, or monthly.
Originally, we thought Coinbase was going to do a traditional IPO, but now we realize they're actually going to do a direct listing instead.
This is also known as a direct public offering, or DPO, which essentially means cutting out intermediaries and only selling shares that already exist, so no new shares will be created.
There are 3 distinct advantages of this route over the IPO. It's much cheaper, the existing shares are not diluted, and it's much faster.
Right now, we do not have an official date as to when Coinbase will actually start trading, but we do know that their shares will debut on the NASDAQ Global Select Market under the ticker COIN.
Some more optimistic news in the Bitcoin realm is Bitcoin miner Argo blockchain started trading in the top tier today on the OTC markets, which is an increase from the middle tier they were in the venture markets.
As we said, this news marks an upgrade from their previous presence on the middle tier OTCQB venture market, which usually includes small foreign issuers and penny stocks. Hearing from Peter Wall, the Argo blockchain CEO, he said that the OTCQX is the highest tier of the OTC market, and we're delighted to be qualified to begin trading there. This approval will give increased access to U.S. institutional and retail investors looking to invest in the company as the cryptocurrency and blockchain sectors continue to gather momentum.
Okay, so that's a couple examples of some positive things going on in the cryptocurrency realm as a whole. But now let's get into what's exactly going on with Bitcoin.
Now, Bitcoin did break over the $50,000 price point, but has since given up some of those gains. But the markets are still remaining bullish. At its peak on Sunday, February 21st, Bitcoin hit $57,489. Now we're sitting just shy of the $47,000 price point. But that $47,000 is nothing compared to some of the price targets for Bitcoin out there.
So the Economy Forecast Agency put out some Bitcoin price predictions for the year 2021. They anticipate February's close around the $47,000 mark like we just discussed, but by the end of the summer we could be dangerously close to $100,000 per Bitcoin and anticipating in excess of $115,000 for a single Bitcoin by the end of the year. And speaking of price predictions, our favorite, ARK's own Cathie Wood, gives her own price predictions on Bitcoin going into the future.
Here we see Cathie Wood explain how Bitcoin could increase by $400,000. Even before Tesla's big purchase into Bitcoin, Cathie Wood and her team have been modeling for more companies to use Bitcoin as an alternative to cash on the balance sheet. She says that we have been expecting institutions to start moving into Bitcoin and other crypto assets, but primarily Bitcoin. Now, if all S&P 500 companies were to allocate 1% of their cash to Bitcoin, its price could increase by approximately $40,000. If those companies moved 10% of their cash to Bitcoin, ARK sees the cryptocurrency climbing by $400,000.
Tesla's recent Bitcoin investment amounts to about 8% of the company's cash reserves, which is pretty close to Cathie's estimate of 10%. Cathie Wood said that Bitcoin is only at roughly $600 billion market cap right now, and that was just before they reached the $50,000 mark. So even half the size of Apple or Amazon right now. Doesn't that put it into perspective? And it's a very big idea. She says it's much bigger idea than Apple or Amazon.
In other positive Bitcoin news, we hear from Anthony Scaramucci. He is the co-founder of the $9.2 billion fund of funds Skybridge Capital, and he says that Bitcoin could easily trade at $100,000 per coin in the next 12 months. Speaking to other money managers, Scaramucci said that you're going to be benchmarked off of Bitcoin, meaning in your mosaic of stocks and bonds and alternatives and gold, there will be a few percentage points related to digital currency. And since Bitcoin is the winner of that battle, it'll likely be Bitcoin. So if you're not going to be an investor in Bitcoin, you're effectively short Bitcoin.
Now, one person we know who is not short on Bitcoin is Elon Musk.
Tesla just invested $1.5 billion into Bitcoin at the beginning of the month, and fans are hoping that this will unlock a cryptocurrency revolution. Tesla's Bitcoin buy is the biggest dollar investment by a company to date, according to Bitcoin treasuries, but it is not the first. Last October, Jack Dorsey's fintech company Square said it had bought $50 million in Bitcoin, around 1% of its assets.
Konstantin Kogan, managing director of Wave Financial, a crypto asset manager, says Tesla's move is likely to mean others will follow. What Tesla did is they de-risked the acquisition of Bitcoin by public companies and accelerated the transformation of corporate balance sheets. They are one of the top S&P 500 companies, and others will follow.
Now, another person bullish on Bitcoin is no other than Jim Cramer, and he thinks every corporate treasurer should be thinking Bitcoin.
Cramer said, "I think it's almost irresponsible not to include Bitcoin on corporate balance sheets. Every treasurer should be going to boards of directors and saying, should we put a small portion of our cash into Bitcoin? It seems to be an interesting way to hedge against the rest of the environment." Cramer says, "I think it's an alternative to having cash positions where you make absolutely nothing. The verdict on Bitcoin is that it's a nice hedge against fiat currency." All right, so when they're talking about hedging against the fiat currency, what they're really getting at is how it compares to the US dollar. And up until 1933, the US dollar was compared to against gold. It was referred to as the gold standard. In 1933, President FDR removed the US dollar from the gold standard. Ever since then, the US dollar has kind of plateaued, if not declined in value, whereas gold has continued to increase. I'm sure the reason there is that you can't make more gold, but they seem to be able to just keep printing more money anytime there's a stimulus. Bitcoin, much like gold, is a store of value, whereas fiat in the US dollar is not. Gold right now has a market cap of about $10 trillion. Bitcoin, after breaking the $50,000 mark, had a market cap of about $1 trillion. And a lot of people are saying that the Bitcoin market cap will at least match, if not exceed, gold's, which means we're looking at a 10x in Bitcoin market cap. So at its simplest form, by holding Bitcoin or by holding gold, you can hedge against losing money in the US dollar due to inflation or the decreasing value.
Now, lately we are seeing Bitcoin become more legitimized by these big companies and institutional investors. Crypto adoption by companies like Visa, PayPal, and Tesla is creating a network effect. The institutions that may prove most pivotal to broad crypto adoption are the publicly traded tech and payment companies that are now finally warming to crypto. PayPal announced last October that it would add crypto buying to its wallet in Q4 of 2020, and Square had already added Bitcoin buying to its Cash App back in 2018. Square says that they believe cryptocurrency is an instrument of economic empowerment and provides a way for the world to participate in a global monetary system, which aligns with the company's purpose.
While much of the attention has focused on PayPal and Square, Visa, which has a much larger market cap than PayPal and Square combined, has taken a number of crypto-friendly steps over the past 2 years that have gone somewhat unnoticed, but may move the needle with mainstream consumers. It has approved a handful of Visa-branded Bitcoin reward credit cards and debit cards. MasterCard, which already has backed debit cards from crypto companies, announced in a blog post this week that later this year it will start supporting certain cryptocurrencies directly on their network.
So a lot of positive moves for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general lately. As it is becoming more and more widely accepted, it is clear that it is here to stay.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but Bitcoin was brought to my attention back in 2013, and I didn't really take it too seriously then, but I do now. And it's been very exciting to kind of watch the progression of Bitcoin as it's worked its way through some legitimacy issues and taken on the support and financial backing of a lot of big investors. So this is getting very exciting.
So a ton of growth potential for sure. Now you guys know we love hearing from you, so make sure to leave your thoughts on Bitcoin and crypto in general in the comments down below. If you made it all the way to the end of today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and that you're subscribed to the channel as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and cheers.